What's up, everybody? Back for another live review, and I say that like I'm just rolling every couple days with a live review or something because it just doesn't happen. It's been like 6-7 months on my channel, but got some interesting beers, and we're going to do some reviews of two beers from the Parish Brewing Company out of Broussard, Louisiana. We got their Envie, and we have their Ghost of the Machine, and we'll talk about those beers momentarily, but I'm not doing these by myself. No, I got a couple guests. I got a couple friends in the beer tubing community that just so happen to have the same beers that I do. There's actually three of them, but one not with us right now. He'll come in a little bit later because he doesn't have the first beer we're reviewing. So the first person I would like to welcome to the panel is Josh from Last Beer, the man who made all of this possible, at least for me, because he sent me the beers. So Josh, what's going on, buddy?
Doing well, man. Doing well. Another live review. So yeah, thanks for having me, dude.
No problem. And what he said is, I want to go over it. What he said is correct. We just got done reviewing Okra from Parish, and we did it with Craig from Kent Beer Reviews, or Kent from Craig Beer Reviews. I don't know, whatever you want to call him. He's in the basement right now. He's going to join us for the second part of this. But yeah, we reviewed it, and spoilers, we're slightly disappointed. But I will post a link in the description box to that review when I do the post description. I also do timestamps so you can jump to either Envie or Ghost of the Machine, so you don't have to sit through one of them if you don't want to watch them. But yeah, go check out Josh's channel. Great dude. Hooked me up with all these Parish beers. Very not only knowledgeable, but fantastic individual. And I can't highly recommend his channel enough. So go check him out. Second, listen, my heart, while not fully functional, appreciates you. But we also appreciate another guy who is, now listen, this is what I'm going to say about this man, okay? He is, how do you say, an enjoyer of the wild bloomin' onions, okay? He loves them. He did tell me once off camera in a private hangout that Foster's Lager is Australian for beer, and it just so happens to be his favorite. And not only that, he's our friend from down under, Mr. Sam Smalley of Short and Stout Beer Reviews. What's going on, Sam?
Cheers, boys.
Can you confirm or deny what I just said?
It's definitely true.
Question. These wild bloomin' onions, do they come with bloomin' sauce like grown next to them? Or is that something?
Yeah, there's at least 10 variants of condiments.
I'm moving to Australia tomorrow. Just going to say that. All right. So we got all this stuff out of the way. I don't know what I'm doing here. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. I want that. Yeah, I think I want that. So yeah. Anyway, Josh was able to get him and I some Parish beers. Sam just so happened to get a drop of Parish beers. What was it, like maybe a month and a half ago?
Yeah, something like that. Mine are going to be a little bit older, but let's see how they hold up.
So we all have Envie and we have Ghost of the Machine, and we are going to review Envie first because this is a 5% American Pale Ale. And let's crack it open, get the glass, and we'll talk a little bit about the beer. So it's American Pale Ale, comes in pretty sure at 5%. Right, 5.1% ABV. Is yours the same? It's 5.1, Sam?
Yep.
Yeah, 42 IBUs at the time of review. We're all got different cans. So my can on date is 8/15/23, just under 2 months. What do you got, Sam? Or Josh, either one of you, whatever.
We got the same.
We got the same. Okay, you got the exact same.
Yeah, mine is mid-July.
Okay, so yours is a month older. Shouldn't be too much.
Which, yeah, is pretty good considering.
Yep. So let's.
And it's going to be the same with Ghost as well. They've both got the same date on them.
All right, then we should be fine though. All right, so give it a pour here.
All right, clever. I don't know what we should have hit that.
What is this, professional? I'm gonna need you to settle down, Josh. Yeah, but yeah, that is the can art. It literally just says Envie. Some hop cones on there.
Yeah.
American Pale Ale, 5.1%. Now, have either of you had this beer before?
No.
I have.
You cheating sack of shit.
But it was a while ago. So I don't remember what it tasted like.
So Sam's looks, how do you say it? Much different. Josh's mine looks exactly the same because
exactly. With different lighting too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Same amount of head too. Look at that, almost pretty much.
Yeah, this didn't explode like the Okra, which is nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it has that golden orange color, hazy, finger of a off-white, relatively creamy looking head. It's not huge, but looks fine. Does it look like an American Pale Ale? I guess more like a hazy Pale Ale, if we're being honest.
It's like a straw
definitely
color.
a hazy.
Like a yellowish straw color.
And also, Sam's is in the bottle. So I'll read the comments in a second. But Sam does have this in the bottle as opposed to the can. So we'll see.
Yeah.
If there's any.
We've
there's
never
more
actually had
activation.
the cans here. That's
Okay.
always just been bottles, but I think we're getting a can drop shortly.
Nice. All right, so yeah, that smells kind of like a hazy Pale Ale. First thing I'm getting is like this dank, almost piney kind of nose.
Yeah.
Citrus.
I'm getting mango.
Yeah, I can see some stone fruits. Now, I think, and I did see the description of it somewhere. I will look it up, but I'm pretty sure it's like Citra, Cascade, and Simcoe is the hop blend in this one, which is nice.
It didn't have anything about the hops on the bottle.
Yeah, there's nothing on the can either.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Simcoe, Citra, and Cascade. I'll double check, but pretty sure that's what it is. But regardless, this has like a kind of like a little bit of an older school kind of feel to it, nose wise. Like it doesn't, it's not like bursting with crazy, juicy and fruity and in your face like a New England hazy. It's not to that level.
Yeah, it's definitely piney. I'm getting like a slight, I don't want to say spruce tips, but I mean it's definitely some sort of like piney citrus bite.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting more citrus. Like I'm getting a little bit of like pine and earthiness, but for me, it's like mango and orange.
It definitely has an old school like pale ale vibe to it, where it's like for me, grapefruit, orange, pine, a little bit of resin, a little bit of dankness. But you then get the new school, I think, feeling of that stone fruit, of the mango, maybe a little peach, something different. It smells good. Like it still smells vibrant. My can's 2 months, so's Josh's, and Sam's kind of in the same realm, and his is about 3 months. But it smells pretty good. Like it smells like a crusher. Like it's a 5.1% pale ale, right? So like I'm not looking for something that, I mean, it would be cool if it had the aroma of something that's like 8, 9, 10%, but it's just the reality is that that's not how this typically works.
Yeah.
So you guys want to get into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, boys. Cheers.
Cheers, lads.
Thanks for joining me. First things like right off the nose is, or right off the rip is it's solid. It's nice. You know what I mean? Like that's the first thing I get. I know that sounds so generic and stupid, but it's the truth.
It's a little watery to me.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a pale ale, so
it's 5.1%. So I kind of,
I
feel like you kind of expect that, or at least I do, to some degree. It's not mind blowing, and there's not many pale ales that are. I find, especially with like new age breweries that are trying to, here's this hazy pale, it's like 5.2% or whatever, right? But it's nice, and the price point, and I know it's gonna be different for you, Sam. Obviously, being in Australia, but I know Josh off the site paid $11 for a 4-pack of this.
Yeah.
So for $11 for a 4-pack of this, like, it's
not
nice.
Bad.
It's nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's unreal price.
Yeah, I mean, the body is like higher side of light, maybe approaching like lower side of medium. Definitely, a bit thin, as Paul from PA Brew News would say in the comments right now.
It's not as soft as I thought it'd be. I thought it'd have like a softer mouthfeel.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't. It's a little bit crisper for sure.
Yeah. There is a little bit of sweetness to it though, which is nice.
Mm.
I am getting, and that's the one thing I like about pale ales that signifies it's a pale ale. I'm getting like a crackery, bready malt sensation. It's not overdone or anything, but it's definitely noticeable at the front of the palate. Like it's there. And it's kind of underlying the rest of the way through.
I'm definitely getting that pithy grapefruit on flavor.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's that's why I said in the nose, it kind of reminds me of an old school American pale ale where like you're getting the citrus, whether that's grapefruit or orange or whatever you're picking up on, and then you get like that piney resinous kind of feeling on the back of the palate, a little bit earthy. The one thing with a lot of like old school, like West Coast pale ales and IPAs, you sometimes get that pop of pineapple, and I think it's replaced with the mango, like a stone fruit that you were talking about. Just a little bit. It's not like overly done for me. Yeah,
plus
mouth feels crisp. No, what? Sorry.
I was gonna say that they got the kind of the old school hops, like the West Coast. What did you say? Cascade, Citra, and
Simcoe. So definitely
Simcoe.
yeah.
This is what I would say for $11 a 4-pack, which is just fucking unheard of nowadays. This is a crusher. This is you grab this 4-pack watching whatever game, or your Phils are fucking in the championship, fucking NL championship. You could take one of these and like crush it while that game's on for 2.5, 3 hours. Get a little buzz on. Drink this would pair probably well with a lot of different foods because it's not super overwhelming. It's just it's a low ABV crusher that I think kind of nails the mark. And here's the thing: early on, I said, "Oh, it's going to be more of a hazy, maybe New England style." It's not. It is American Pale Ale. It kind of looks like it's hazy, but it doesn't have those characteristics that you kind of expect out of like a New England style. It's definitely an American Pale Ale with a little bit of a new school twist on it. Not overly sweet, has a nice drying, like mild to moderately bitter finish. It's simplistic, but extremely well done.
Would you put this in the same category as Zombie Dust? Because isn't that an American Pale Ale? Isn't Zombie Dust? Yeah.
I would say this is in that realm, but Zombie Dust is, I think, a little bit more intense. I always say that Zombie Dust kind of drinks like an IPA because it is a little bit more oomph to the hops, where this is, I think, kind of more appropriate for the style. But it's kind of in that same realm but I tell you what, Zombie Dust and this, like price points now, they're great. Like you could probably pick up a 6-pack of Zombie Dust for probably like $12, $14. A 4-pack of this for 11, like you're set, man. That's crazy.
Back in the day, trying to get Zombie Dust way back like 2012, 11, something like that.
You had to like murder like 3 people to get like 2 bottles of it.
So is Zombie Dust sort of a bit like Pseudo Sue, like that high-end pale drinks like an IPA? Yeah.
And they're both in the same realm where I think both of those beers are Citra only. So like for a long time, since they were both in the Midwest, people would compare them, Pseudo Sue versus Zombie Dust. Because they were very similar. So, yeah, I mean, this is definitely better than the Okra. I'll tell you that much, like from an experience standpoint.
Yeah, there's really not a lot of hype between like 4 American Pale Ales. Mm-hmm. Obviously, like we were mentioning earlier, Zombie Dust and all that stuff back in the day used to be crazy. But, I mean, for a Pale Ale, I enjoy this. Like Joe was saying, it's definitely a crusher, watching the game or have it going to a cookout or something like that in the summertime or beach or something.
Yeah, it'd be a perfect barbecue beer, I reckon.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of blown away by Parish's price points just because, like, if this was a pale ale done by like one of the more hype places or even like just moderate hype, like Another Half or something, right? This would probably be $14 to $16 a 4-pack. The fact that it's $11 and Parish has
it's crazy.
Pretty good hype. That's fucking great. I mean, there's actually no negatives to this one that stand out other than maybe I think you said it, Sam, about the mouthfeel maybe being a little bit, I'd like maybe a little bit softer, but again, they're calling American Pale Ale. So for an American Pale Ale, I think it's appropriate for what maybe I'd want. Maybe it's not exactly what I want out of it, but like outside of that, like can't really get upset about this. You know what I mean? It's like there's nothing wrong here. It's pretty good.
Just the hazy appearance just sort of gives you that vibe, like it's going to have a soft, pillowy mouthfeel.
Yeah, and it doesn't, which always is a mind fuck. You do that, and you're like, oh, what? Wait, huh? What? You're looking at it, you're like, wait, what? Why aren't you silky smooth and creamy?
Oh, that's right. You're American Pale Ale.
Yeah, you're an APA, man.
Yeah.
All right. So what we'll do is I'll read the comments while we try to think about a score, formulate one in our puny brains, at least my puny brain. And I'll go through them here. So we got Wesley, Wes, who's awesome. He sent me some great beer from Georgia. He says, oh boy, indeed. I love his avatar, Macho Man with his face on it. I interviewed Macho Man. Like, you can't. Shout out to Wes. And then we got Dan from Poor Michigan Review. He says, damn it, Joe, I'm putting my daughter to bed at that time. Ha. Well, I guess she gets to stay up late. You got to watch the Beer Patrol. Yeah, right. It's a rarity. I mean, and plus we got someone from Australia. He's drinking beers at fucking noon. It's crazy. Right. I love it. It's Sunday for him. Then we have Chris Hunt, who says, I drink this all the time. Love it. It creeps up on you, which should be given with its ABV. He's talking about Ghost in the Machine, because I just took the label of Ghost in the Machine for like the thumbnail. But yeah, Envie's still pretty fucking good. Wings and Pizza, I think they're from PA. So glad to see you are back in the game, Joe. Thank you very much, good sir. It is good to be back in said game. Jesse from Bumpy Road Brews says, hey, it's a Sam boy. Jesse, I think I'm gonna block you from my channel after that comment. Big Rome TV says, Joe, my guy. Oh, what's up, buddy? He says, then later on, let's have a beer, and then says, let's do a macro Monday together. Maybe at some point, Rome. We'll see. I don't know. Like, I'm not doing a lot of meetups and stuff in the near future, just trying to make sure everything's cool with my health. But maybe next year or something. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see if it happens or not. You do the malt liquor game, and that's a whole different ball game than craft beer. I'll say that much. You guys are. I love watching the malt liquor reviews and whatnot, but might be a little bit too intense for my heart. Anyway, we go to Craig from Kent Beer Reviews, who I don't even know this guy. I'm going to be sick. Well, that's unfortunate. Do I just remove him from the basement now? What do we do?
Just kick him out.
Get the fuck out of here, Craig.
Ban him from the...
Jimmy says, who let that Dirk bag in? Yeah, isn't Sam a piece of shit? Who did let him in?
Love you, Jimmy.
Yeah, I just want to be on a panel with Jimmy. Like, he's in Finland now. He's like, we're on these panels. It's like 3 a.m. there. It's some bullshit.
Yeah, it's late.
Yeah. Paul says, cheers, my good gentleman. Paul's fantastic. Love Paul.
Another good bloke. Paul's
fantastic. Like, man, gotta hang out with Paul at some point down the line. He says, Parish the Thought, 3-way brew review. Yay. It's gonna be a 4-way soon. It's just, I don't know.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Everybody get ready. And then he says, interesting to hear the difference between a can and a bottle. I believe Sammy has the bottle version. So okay, so this is a great segue. I feel like based on what we're saying, there doesn't seem to be a huge difference in the age of your beer, which is a month older, but also the vessel that it came in.
I still think it drinks really well, considering it's 3 months old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's hope it's the same with Ghost.
Let's fucking hope. I've never had that beer. Unbelievable, isn't it? And then he says, Craig, okay. And then Paul says, sorry, JPC Joe is hosting, so they had to have Joe on. Get fucked, Paul, you nerd. Jesus Christ. And then he says, glad Sexy Sam is on to class it up. The only thing about it is if you're drinking a fucking huge bottle or can of Foster's along with a bloomin' onion, that would have set it off tonight. Dip in that bloomin' sauce. God damn. Australian through and through.
Foster's review coming soon.
You're making me hungry.
And anybody who's watching that comes to this later on that thinks I believe there's actual wild bloomin' onions, you're right. You're right. They totally exist. Outback just has a trademark on them. It's just, it's unbelievable. Like if Sam goes out right now in his backyard, there's like 55 bloomin' onions just sprouting. They're fucking crispy. They're delicious. He's got the sauce ready. It's like unbelievable. Drew that's never not going to get old, by the way, Sam. It's fucking great. Anyway, Sam, your buddy here, Drew, says, getting lit tonight at me. Yes, I'm already fucking lit. He says, very nice, great success. Yeah, I'm starting to feel it already. I'm a lightweight at this point. I'm fucking yoked all the time.
Still got one more.
Yeah, I fucking Ghost Sheet's literally going to put me in the dirt along with my fucking Velve. It's going to be great. And then Paul says this did sound a bit thin, which I put up there, and it was a little thin. Good price for sure. I would say great price. $11 a 4-pack.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's insane nowadays. Like when you were like, hey, what do you want to get from the Parish website? I'm looking at like $11 a 4-pack. Are we like, is this fucking 2015? What's happening? He says hitting 7 or 8 Western Pennsylvania breweries this coming weekend. Well, I guess Paul's also going to be fucked up.
Even comparing Parish to like a lot of the other US imports here in Australia, their prices were really good. Like I think I paid, I mean, it sounds expensive to you guys, but I think for that bottle of Envie, it was only like $6, which is like really cheap compared to US stuff.
Put it this way: you take the $2.75 we paid for the can, right? You then convert it to whatever Australian is in money, and then consider the fact that it fucking traveled that far.
Yeah,
that's not a bad price to pay.
Really for sure.
MAJ12 says, drink ale live lager. Yes.
All right.
Yes, I will concur with that statement.
Sure.
And then Sierra Hotel, who I was mentioning before, he says Okra was all right. Yeah, we just did Okra, Sierra, on Josh's channel. And that was the prevailing thought, was like, it was solid, it was good, it was enjoyable, but like, it was a dime a dozen hazy double IPA is the best way I could explain it. Like, nothing wrong with it, but outside of I think we would have liked to see the alcohol dialed down a little bit, but outside of that, like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Nothing really all that crazy go hype.
It was solid.
You know.
As Jimmy says, run of the mill.
Yeah, it kind of was. I mean, you put Envie next to that beer, and I'm taking this fucking 23 days a week.
Yeah, yeah.
Parzival says, cheers from Germany. Cheers.
Christoph, he's a good boy.
Is that Christoph?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, sweet. Cheers, Christoph. AMED, but AMED says cheers. And then they follow that up with, which country do you think leads the craft beer scene? Or Euro country, sorry. Any Australian brews on the way too? Well, we'll leave the Australian question to Sam momentarily, but Euro country, that's tough. I think a lot of European countries are doing extremely well. Like there's a lot.
For sure.
I don't know. I mean, I know the UK has a great scene now with a lot of their breweries. I don't know, like, you know, like Germany and like the Czech Republic and all of them, they have great, like, you know, lagers and stuff. And I'm sure they have great, like, microbrews and you know, craft brews, but we just don't ever see them here in the US. So I can't really speak to that because I just don't know the scene in Europe as much as folks who live there do. But there's great beer everywhere at this point. So I'm sure there's a lot of countries doing great stuff. So second half of that, Sam.
Well, as far as the Euro goes, I'd say the two that come to mind for me would be England. Like, definitely they'd be right up there. Their hype stuff's as good as America, a bit similar to Australia. Yeah. But I reckon in Scandinavia, I feel like the Denmark scene's pretty good at the moment.
Yeah. Shout out to Peter over at the Master of Hoppets if you want to see some good.
It's very competitive.
Yeah.
But in Australia, our scene's obviously really good, but you're never really going to see much hyped Australian craft over in the US just because of the transport's so expensive and like you losing time with the quality of the beer and that sort of stuff. And obviously the market in the US is already saturated as it is. So it's just one of those things. I feel like you US boys are never really going to try our stuff unless you come in.
I mean, we get imports from a lot of different places, including Australia, but like as far as like outside the US or outside of North America, like I would think like UK would be the place that we would get like anything. If it was ever kind of hype to come to our country from a European country or from a non-North American country, it'd be UK. And we've never seen a Verdant. We've never seen, you know, any of the hype, the Cloud Waters and all that stuff. We've never seen, outside of a couple festivals where they have them on tap. You just don't see them here.
I got Cloud Water. We got a Cloud Water drop in my bottle shop. I mean, it wasn't anything crazy, but
really, Jesus Christ,
yeah,
fucking
just
in the middle of nowhere, Virginia is the place to be for craft beer. Bottle on fucking bottles for days.
I mean, we got a Hellas Lager. We got I think there were 2 pale ales and like a stout. That was like 5%, but yeah, it was a Cloudwater because me and
it was sort of like a Cloudwater core. Drop sort of thing. It wasn't anything like
stuff, but yeah, it was still cool to get Cloudwater. But
here's the best way to explain, I think, like American like imports as far as like hype goes. You know, we border Canada and Mexico, and even like the Canadian breweries I love in Ontario, like Bellwoods, for example. There's a couple others, but Bellwood's like one of my favorites. We now get distro of their stuff, but when they show up, their IPAs are already 2-3 months old and they're super expensive. And that would be the same thing from Australia. We'd get them, they'd be 3-4 months old and they'd be super expensive. And we wouldn't get the actual ability to try them fresh at a reasonable price.
Yeah.
You know, no one's going to pay, you know, $8, $9, $10 a can for something that's like 3-4 months old, unless it's probably crazy hype. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It
depends because that Cloudwater that I got was only a month out.
Yeah, from the UK, right?
Yeah,
I could see that. I mean, we used to get Brewdog stuff occasionally. But I'm talking back like 10 years ago, like when they were first getting hype and actually making good stuff.
When they were good.
Yeah. And we would get their stuff be like a month, 6 weeks old. You know, so it can happen. It's just, I think so many places now don't give a shit too much about the imports because all the local places or regional places are doing just as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, why go to that trouble, I guess, to import them and then, the consumers pay a premium. Like
I've actually never had BrewDog before, to be honest with you. I've never had one beer.
Jesus. I remember having was it 5 a.m. Saint and Punk and all that stuff back in the day?
Yeah, Punk back in the day was absolutely banging. I just remember the first time I tried it, I was just blown away. I thought, wow.
It was never on my radar. I've seen them. I just never had them.
So Sierra Hotel says, got to try Root and a Branch Pale Ale if you want that mouthfeel. This I haven't had a Root and Branch yet, but he did. So he just sent me a beer mail. I'm not going to unbox it. He's like, just shout me out in the video. I got a Brew Host beer, so get fucked nerds. But he'll send me a Root and Branch beer, and I think it's like a double IPA or something. So I get to my first Root and Branch beer. But I've never really heard that about Root and Branch Pale Ales being crazy with the mouthfeel. So.
Yeah, everything I've had from them has been big, like doubles or triple IPAs.
Yeah. That makes sense. Probably not importing fucking 5.5% pale ales. So you see a 5.5% pale ale and you're paying like $10-12 a can. You're like, fuck no, I don't think so, bro. And then he says you're paying muling prices for that in Australia, which is what he's talking about. Envie, like, yeah, if somebody mules Envie that you can't get, you're probably charging $5 a can, and meanwhile you're paying $6.
And our alcohol tax is ridiculous. So everything, even our own stuff's very expensive. So,
yep. And then Stevie Summertime Breezy, that just rolls off the tongue. I like that. Cheers from Connecticut. Cheers, Stevie. And then he also says Root and Branch is amazing. Yeah, I can't wait to try that one out. I'm looking forward to it for sure. I've heard nothing but good things. I just don't seek out like the hype, but because of fucking just fantastic individuals like Sierra Hotel, I get a chance to try cool shit, and it's not lost on me how awesome people like that are. So I can't wait to dive into the Root and Branch stuff. And then AMD says, and what is the Aussie calling card for the brews? Anything akin to how California/Oregon love their pine/East Coast loves their malt backbone. Yeah, you guys got any like special characteristic to like any of your, I guess you would say hop forward beers that like you kind of could say it's tell sign of an Australian brewed whatever.
Yeah, like I feel like with the Australian and New Zealand scene, like it's hard to say, but at the moment I feel like our West Coast IPAs are absolutely killing it. And as far as characteristics go, yeah, like most of it's New Zealand hops now because Australia's had a bit of trouble with bushfires in the last few years, and a lot of our hop farms got wiped out. But they tend to have very citrusy and earthy sort of characteristics. They're New Zealand hops, so a lot of the West Coast, especially with the water quality here, are really good.
Nice,
but there's not really a particular style that's sort of just for Australia like.
Well, when you come and visit the U.S. and hang out with us in 2025, you can sneak like a bunch into your bag, multiple bags, and we get to try fresh Australian goodness imported by Sammy himself. Legally, that's not. We don't really care about that, just as long as we get to try it. All right, so I have caught up to the comments except for Ridgeopolis saying, "Get fucked nerds." No, what do you say? So fucking damn good men. I know you're not talking about me, Rich. Definitely the opposite of whatever you just said. Sammy's the fucking best person I know. What happened to Craig? Where did Craig go? Craig was in the basement.
I mean,
this mother effer. Do I have to invite him back? Jesus Christ, Craig. You know, this is.
I just seen his comment.
Yeah, I'm sending him a link again. Maybe he's just so hammered he just drank the rest of it and realized he can't review with us.
That okra really got to him.
Yeah, he drank the okra and then it goes to the machine and now he's in the fucking dirt somewhere. Sierra Nevada says, favorite New Zealand Australian hops. All right, we'll answer this. We'll read Ridge's question and then we'll go on final thoughts. So, oh, Craig's back. I'm going to add Craig so he doesn't leave again because he's a piece of shit. What's up, Craig?
My internet just cut out there. I was like, here we go.
Oh, is that what you did? Yeah, I almost believe you.
I was listening to the conversation. It's quite interesting about the English beers and stuff. Yeah, Brewdog can get in the sea, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like 10 years ago, it was different than it is now,
Yeah. You would have loved them like anyone back when they started. They were so good.
I reviewed quite a lot of them when
Sam, don't you watch his fucking channel, man? God, unbelievable, this fucking guy. Anyway,
so what are we doing? Favorite New Zealand, Australia hops? Favorite New Zealand hops are Nelson, Southern Cross. Favorite Australian hops probably Vic Secret.
Yeah, I'd say Galaxy's mine when it used to be great. When I used to get that crushed pineapple, like that was Galaxy all day. And in New Zealand, Nelson when it's done right, when I get that white crepe like juiciness, like it's fucking all day every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nelson for me is like, it's pretty good. Galaxy. When you can get it, it's quite
Actually, I like Eclipse too, which is it's like mandarin and citrus. Like it's a relatively new Aussie hop.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Josh?
Nelson's probably my top. Galaxy's up there, and then Vic Secret.
Yeah, Vic Secret's when Vic Secret's done right, like it's up there for me. But like I feel like a lot of breweries don't do it proper.
Don't see it so often these days either.
You don't, and when you do see it, it's like mixed with like 3 other hops, and it's like, how much is it actually doing in this fucking beer?
I remember Collab when I were doing bottles, they used to have quite a few beers with Vic Secret in. Back in the early days, I'm like 8 years ago, 7 years ago, whenever. Yeah, they used to use a lot. Quite interesting.
And then
I enjoy when we have the fresh hop Galaxy beers, like when the green hop, they're really good.
Oh, time out before my old ass forgets. New Zealand Cascade, I've had it a couple times. That's rising up the ranks for me. It's such a different beast than like American Cascade. Like it's on a whole nother level. All right, Rich says I actually had this in Canada, reviewed it from my hotel this past summer in Panama City, Florida. Now, Rich, are you expecting us to go to your channel to see what you thought about it? Or are you going to tell us about it? You son of a bitch.
Nice little side one.
Nice little. Hey guys, come check out my. And then he says, "Fucking Sir King Buffalo Joe." He's talking about Craig, and then says, "I see
Rich
you."
has a channel.
He does. Sierra Hotel says hi to Ridge. Ridge says New Zealand. I'm going to go Motueka and Rawaka. Rawaka's a good one. That's first 1-2 punch.
I don't like Motueka just because Dan does.
Yeah, fuck Dan. His Motueka loving self. Oh, it's Motueka another half, automatic 5. Settle down, Dan. Get it under control. Rein it in. Let's see. We got Jesse says, got to head to bed. Cheers all. Cheers, Jesse. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Guy got to get in the live stream with Jesse. Fantastic, too. And Sierra says, I feel like this is the year of the Nelson. It's definitely Nelson is being used a lot nowadays. In a good way. Like if it's, a lot of places are doing it well. So let's see. Oh, old school. Former King of Beer Tube, but now Craig is now. See, Craig, I had a great introduction for you, Mr. King of Beer Tube, and you just fuck that. We're going to review that goes to the machine. I said, hey, get that juiciness, Ric Flair. Speaking about it, baby, take it to Starcade Friday night leather strap match, baby, down. Yeah, I don't know, but that's why he's here. That's the only reason he's here. Ridge with an interesting comment says Nelson has been fucking like a long dick Ron Jeremy lately.
That's a very
Ron Jeremy
what
is
an
in jail.
interesting.
Yeah. He may have been committing some crimes.
Yeah.
What's up, Wes? I shouted you out earlier as a fantastic dude, and I talked about how your avatar is top tier. Yes. I wish I could interview Macho Man. AMD says the Aussie lads at AWD 24/7 are currently on a U.S. off-road tour. They love their first taste of Sierra Nevada. What's the go-to legacy classic easy drinking brew lager/pale you guys are proud of? Huh.
The one that comes to mind for me would be Stone and Wood Pacific Ale. That's like one of the first sort of major craft beers in Australia.
Yeah, before they got bought out.
Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, which I still haven't reviewed on my channel, is still great when you can get it fresh, which I can't. So fuck me, I guess.
Yep.
I went to like 3 beer stores buying some stuff this past week. Every single store, like Sierra Nevada shit, was like 5-6 months old. I'm like, come on, just like I'll take a 3-month-old Sierra Nevada Pale Ale to review. Like, I'm fine.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I've been Sierra Nevada like a month out.
I had Hoptimum and Torpedo on draft last weekend, which was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Optimum is
I've got Optimum in the fridge.
What a beer, man! What a beer!
Yeah, that's like good memories.
It's
That's
what
like
West Coast.
Slam.
It's what West Coast IPA
like
should
Bell's
be.
Hop Slam. I usually pick Bell's Hop Slam.
but not modern West Coast. Just don't compare to that. It's just like Yeah.
It's great. And then Ridge says, last call, what good, bro? He's talking to, I think, Josh. Last beer, last call.
Maybe, I guess.
Sammy, cheers my G. It says, can't believe the Phillies knocked out those Braves. Cheers and good luck. Fuck. Going forward, fuck both those teams. And we're going to move on to the final thoughts. All right. So, why don't you guys rate it out of 5, but then you can do your own rating too, Josh. I know you're like 100, but Sammy, we'll have you go first. Out of 5 for Envie.
I think it's a solid 4.
Okay.
Pretty easy, that one. I think if you get a good quality pale ale, I'd just, solid 4 out of 5. Absolute crusher, good flavour, not too in your face. It was good. Citrusy, piney. Yeah, the only thing, it was just a bit confusing with that sort of hazy appearance when it's like an American pale.
Yeah, if it was clear, I think the mouthfeel, you just instantly, that makes sense, but it wasn't. So you're like, your brain's like, I don't know what's going on here. I'm trying to trick us, Paris. I like it. All right, how about you, Josh? What are you thinking?
I'll give it a 90 out of 100.
Okay.
Kind of an A range, A minus maybe, I guess, maybe B plus, depending on what your score wise is. For a pale ale, American pale ale, I think everything kind of flows together pretty good. It's a crusher for sure. Nice ABV, all that stuff. There's nothing wowing about it, but I mean, most pale ales, there's nothing really wowing about pale ales. But
true.
Yeah, for a pale ale and the price point and all that kind of stuff, but I think it's great. I mean, you can't beat it for $11 for a 4-pack.
So if you're to do it out of 5, like Adam's math, it'd be a 4.5 out of 5.
Right? Yeah, 4.6.
Yeah, maybe a 4.83. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you guys. I'd go high 4. I'll give it like a 4.1. I think this beer is exactly what it says it is, even if it doesn't look it. You know what I mean? Like, it looks can be deceiving, and I think it is with this beer. I think this is a old school American pale ale through and through. Slight hints of a new school kind of feel. The look of it, a little bit more like stone fruit. But like, it's exactly what it is. And again, I don't take price point into consideration. And if I did, this would be like a 4.25, 4.3, because for $11 a 4-pack, that's fucking great value nowadays. Yeah. Any decently hyped brewery, this is $14 to $16 a 4-pack. And you might go, oh, it's $11 to $14 to $6. That's like a fucking 50% increase if you take it to $16. Like, that's crazy how expensive some of these pale ales are. And this isn't. So kudos to Parish for not price gouging on something like this. I think it's I think it's nice to see and refreshing, because a lot of places just be like, hey, we got a hype name, fucking $16 a 4-pack, have at it. And they didn't do that. So
5%.
5.1, yeah.
Oh, 5.1.
Yeah, it's good. So price point, availability, like I said, fucking through the roof on the price point. Availability, it's Parish. They get some decent distro into like Josh just got a drop in Virginia. But they do have a website where you can get it delivered to certain states in the U.S. And New York is not one of them states. Hence why Josh sent it my way, and I do appreciate it.
Yeah.
But yeah, check out the website, see if you get them in your neck of the woods. If not, I'm sure this is one of those breweries like other half where I think they're going to start in the next 6 months to a year, just start showing up in different states and just be like, oh, we got a Parish drop. Case in point, Josh. And I think you'll see that more probably east of the Mississippi going forward.
Well, this year they got into the UK a little bit.
So not only did they get in the UK, but then they got in the fucking Australia. So like, if that says anything about, you could pretty much, if you want to get their stuff and you're in the world, you probably could make it happen for the most part, like 80% of the world. So it was a good beer and definitely better than Okra, without question. So we will cleanse the palates, or not cleanse the palates, and move on to the main event.
I gotta rinse out my glass.
Yeah. We'll take a couple minutes. I'll read some more comments. Go rinse out your glasses.
I'll
take a piss or whatever you need to do.
I'll be right back.
Got the machine of the ghost.
The machine of the ghost.
Be back shortly.
All right.
Now, Craig and I are just here by ourselves, so we're gonna talk to one another like regular people.
1-on-1.
1v1. All right, let's read these. So, Beer Patrol, you definitely need to classic macro binge from great Midwestern states. Stroh's, Schlitz, Blatz, old style. Too many Blatz gives you the Schlitz, they say. I see what they did there.
Wow.
So, interesting.
Give it a Schlitz twice.
I don't want the Schlitz at all. Like, I like Schlitz. I don't want the Schlitzes, though. That's not. But I did review, you'll be happy to know I am AMED. I did review Natty Bo sent to me by Josh, so another regional favorite. So National Bohemian, that'll be out Monday. But I'd love to try those. But like, here's the thing: to trade for all these, like, unless somebody I know can get these regional like classic lagers, like I'm not going to trade for them. But if somebody like sends them as an extra in a beer mail, like sign me up. Outside of that,
I mean, it's almost like, well, I guess so. But I don't know what it is. How much it costs to post stuff within the US to certain states or whatever, but
it's pricey. Like, no one's going to be like, hey, I'm going to send you a 6-pack of Stroh's and fucking willing to pay $15, $20.
I mean, I was sent a gift package, back in June, early June, from a good friend in the States, and it cost like $100, and it was like, it wasn't heavy. It was just a flat rate box, a large flat rate box. It was like $100.
Fucking stupid, dude. Like, I remember the first time, and this go back like 10 years. The first time I sent a beer mail to Lee, right?
Yeah.
It was like $80, and I sent him like 8-9 beers. $80.
Fuck.
To Canada. Like that, I'm right here. I can go to Canada 15 minutes away.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, it's fucking absurd. So
it probably would have been cheaper if you go across the border, send it in Niagara, and then.
Yeah, it literally would have been.
Well, it's your fault then.
Yeah, it's always my fault. Listen. If there's something amiss, it's usually my fault. But to go back to their whole thing about like classic macro, like they say from great Midwestern states, but just regional. If I ever get a beer mail from somebody that I know can get something that's regional, like next time somebody from Chicago sends me stuff, I'm be like, hey, get me Old Style, because I know they get, that's Old Style's big there. Or somebody out west in Washington, Oregon can get Olympia or Rainier. I'll be like, hey, throw me one of those in there. That's how I got Natty Bo. Josh sent me these Parish beers. He threw in a couple extras. Like, dude, I know you love Natty Bo and you usually have it in your fridge. Throw me a couple cans, and he did. That's what I want to do. I want to get into the trying those old school regional beers that are like 100+ years old. The brand is a lot of fun. They end up being very similar to a lot of the macros or even like the regional lagers that you can get, but it's still fun to try those old school styles.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was regional macros.
It's huge, man.
I didn't realize that. I didn't know. I just thought it was like, the mass ones and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, you got off the top of my head, you've got Olympia and Rainier, so that's more out west, Oregon, Washington State, right?
Right.
Then you have like in the Midwest, you have your Hams, the Stroh's.
I've heard of Hams. That seems to.
Yeah, Hams, Stroh's.
A lot of people regard Hams as quite a decent lager.
Hams is one of my favorite as far as like the old school regional go. You have Old Style, which is pretty much Chicago. A lot of people like. Then you start getting a PA. You got, Yingling was for a lot of time very regional and busted out. Then they mentioned Straub's and Stroh's, but Straub's is another one. Stroh's is the brand in like the mid 90s that got bought out by Pabst because they were going under. But there's so many like, and then you got Jenny Jenny Cremel and Genesee beer in New York. You got Narragansett Lager in New England. You got Natty Bo down in the Maryland. Baltimore.
I've heard of a lot of these. Funnily enough, it's weird, isn't it?
There's a lot of them, dude. Lone Star in Texas.
Yeah, it's all from watching over the last 10 years. Watching American streams. Oh, what's that? And what's this?
But to be honest with you, they're all very similar. It's just the regional love where like people get so into them, like, oh, I love that because you can get it locally, it's cheap and it's readily available.
Yeah. You get like a 30-pack for whatever.
Mm-hmm. I can go get Genesee Cremel a 30-pack for like $14.
No,
like
that's just mental.
Yeah, I mean, same thing with Josh. Like in that review, I think I looked on Wegmans and the Natty Bo was like $12 for a 12-pack, but I'm sure you can get like 30 packs for like $18 or something crazy.
I mean, that's prices Canadians and Australians could only dream of,
Oh yeah, well, exactly. I could go right now to the LCBO in Canada, or just go up there.
Oh, it's mental over there.
Coors Light, a case like a 24-pack Coors Light's like $50. I'm like, what?
It's just mental.
Even if you do the conversion, that's still like $35 American for a case of Coors Light. I'm like, get fucked. I drink craft beer 24/7.
It's crazy, and it's not.
You can't even get if you're a Canadian, you can't even get craft that's just from the state, just over where from you are.
It does depend on the province. Ontario is pretty good with it, but some of the provinces,
I mean, most of it's LCBO. Normally, they get these sort of things.
And LCBO ages everything unnecessarily for 3 months. So they get a cool drop of stuff from America, and they'll keep it in their warehouse for 2 months just for whatever, and then they put it on the shelves, and people are like, "Oh, here's Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, fucking 5 months old. Cool, great. I guess I'll pay fucking $30 for a 6-pack of this."
Well done.
Yeah.
It went to Australia first and then come back.
Yeah, it's fucking aged across the world for you.
That's mad. But it's probably cheaper than buying the regular lagers, though. That's a weird one.
Schlitz is a macro, but unlike the rest, there's no sucrose fake sugar, and I bet you would like it since they resurrected their old recipe recently. Yeah, if I see Schlitz, I'm on top of that. Oh, yeah. I'll fuck up some Schlitz. All right.
Roll.
So we are now going to review Ghost in the Machine, the iconic Ghost in the Machine from Parish. This is pretty much what they're known for, this beer. This is without question what they
is that a bottle? You got a bottle?
Yeah, he's got a bottle. So
we've only ever had it in bottles, dude.
Oh, okay.
So on the can, basically more or less it's a double, or they call it Imperial IPA. 8% alcohol by volume. On Untappd says 100 IBUs. I highly doubt that at this point. When it was originally brewed, maybe, but not anymore. But still, they say 100 IBUs. At the time of review, we're all going to have different cans. So mine was 8/9/23, so just over 2 months. Josh, you have a fresher can, don't you? Or is yours the same?
Yeah, mine's 9/11.
9/11. You got to bring that to this review, Josh. Jesus Christ!
I tried looking for the. I guess I drank it already, but yeah, we just got another drop.
So just over a month old for you. And then how about you, Craig? What was your can? 629. 629.
Mine's pretty old.
629.
It's 720.
Oh, that's not bad. I thought that was gonna be a lot worse. That's
similar to me. Yeah. So you're a week behind me.
Yeah.
A week ahead of me, actually.
So you're 7/27?
So I'm 13 July and he's 20 July. Yeah.
I have the fresh.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, so nobody's a crazy old.
No.
That's good. All right,
Well,
that's fine.
I've had the beer a month, but whatever.
Yeah, but it was chilling out.
It was in the fridge.
All right, crack it open. This is all Citra hops. That's what this one is.
Okay. I didn't know that when I done the review before I came on.
Craig, just ask questions. That's all. That's all you got to do.
Huh? Anyway.
Unfortunately, I didn't get any Infinite Ghost.
Well, yours looks really kind of opaque.
Sold out in 10 minutes. So
yeah, well, yours looks like super vibrant, but your fucking camera is definitely way different than the rest of ours this evening.
Same beer.
Yeah. The lighting's just not as bright. But
now I'll tell you right now.
Just looking at it now, it's definitely a bright orange, just in person.
Now, in person, mine is not that much of a burnt orange. It's definitely burnt orange, but not to that degree. It's lighter in person.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like Craig's, but it also doesn't look like mine.
But then that's just the bright light.
Man, look at the different colors. Like everyone.
That's variation.
That's where we need to be together, boys, in the same location.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Everything's gonna taste like dog shit this
That
evening.
won't end well. That won't end well, son.
Oh, it'll end well for one person.
Oh, yeah, well.
I don't know who that is, but somebody.
Well, you'll be all right.
All right, so it has mine has that honey orange kind of burnt orange kind of look, finger off white head. Craig's looks like fucking sunshine in a glass. Sammy's looks like it's not even the same beer. It is what it is.
That's about right. It's just a light. I mean, look.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
We got July, August, September. So
yeah.
Nice.
All right, nose it out. I don't think I've ever said that before. Here we go. Oh, that smells really good. So unlike Okra, the one thing that sticks in my mind from that Okra review is when I think it was Josh said brightness. I'm actually getting a brightness in this, unlike the Okra, which I did not get a brightness in.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, it has just bright orange, citrus, freshly squeezed citrus fruits.
Yeah.
Tangerine orange, like a ruby.
Yeah, I'm getting orange, mandarin sort of.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
it smells so fucking good. Fuck okra. I'm good. I'm fine.
Little bit grassy.
Yep.
I hope
Chalk
it's so
and
good. I'm
Chalk
excited
and
to be able
cheese.
to try
Chalk
it.
and cheese, really. Just,
Never had it.
It's like subtle pine, but it's not like massive.
Pick it up. What you put down, Craig? I'm putting it right back down, but I picked it up.
yeah.
Yeah. No. Yes. There's definitely some pine. What did he say? Grassy or earthy?
Yeah, grassy.
Yeah, more
Yeah,
grass.
piney,
Yeah,
grassy.
not too
It's
earthy.
like it's almost got like orange sherbet vibes.
Yeah,
I reckon.
dude. But it's so orange sherbet is sweet. It's like an orange sherbet nose without the sweetness, if that
It's
makes any
really-
sense. Like you just
really-
concentrated the flavor.
Just vibrant. Just like,
Yeah.
wow. Right.
I mean,
It's a lot
between
of-
this and okra, this shit's all over okra. Like and the reason why I compared it, they're both 8%, right? They're both 8%. So like
Yeah.
I know
Certainly.
that's New Zealand hops, but like just comparison, and this is around the same age, like this blows that beer away.
Yeah.
In the
It just
nose.
makes you smile. It's one of those sort of.
Yeah, it's one of those class. It's one of those classic.
I never smile if I'm around you.
Well, yeah.
Jesus.
I forget that, but yeah.
You guys are
Yes.
fucking
Yes.
non-North American savages over here.
Miserable bastard.
Yeah. It's just,
I do get a little. I mean, probably maybe the age, slight malt sweetness, very slight. I wouldn't say necessarily caramel, but like bready kind of sweetness,
it smells
which is
great.
fine. Yeah, it smells awesome.
It smells great.
Yeah, it's like a light bread, like crackery. It's definitely not caramel toffee.
No,
This is one of
Very
those
light
classic
malt
beers
base. I reckon.
that this is one of those classic beers that you put up there. I mean, obviously they're different kind of styles, but like, you hear about like Heady Topper and Focal Banger, like Ghost in the Machine is one of those like you have to try.
For sure.
Like so.
It just smells so inviting. I guess is the easiest way to put it. Like I want to drink.
17 beers to try before you die.
It's very inviting.
What is that? Thrillist? Who the fuck is that? Let's go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Thank you, boys, for joining me, and thanks, Josh, for the beers.
Well, that's lush.
Mouthfeel is fucking superb. Is the first thing I noticed.
Candy orange.
Yes, dude.
Yep.
It's such a candied citrus vibe that like the nose carried over, but it became a little bit sweeter. But like you could say Skittles or Starburst, not necessarily maybe to that level, but like in that realm of flavor.
And then towards the back end, I'm getting a slight kind of piffiness, dryness coming through.
It pops. There's that popness too in that mouthfeel.
The fucking body of mouthfeel are. This is a beer. I say this occasionally. You just want to drink this because the body of mouthfeel. Like fuck
It's
the
just
rest.
wonderful. It's just wonderful.
Yeah.
Smooth.
It's not boozy at 8% compared to that.
No.
okra.
Fuck that okra. I'm pissed off now. I'm good.
Alex would love this. It's smooth. It's creamy.
It's definitely creamy. And Alex, it was delicious.
It was.
It was.
Please
It
be
is.
delicious.
No, but seriously,
I absolutely love though when you get pine in a hazy.
Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah.
It's
There's a little
not
bit there.
It's not out there enough, and it's a quality I really enjoy.
And the 100 IBU thing can get in the sea. It's like
That was maybe like when they first brewed it like 8 years ago.
When I've done the review, I looked at it and I was like, God, that's wrong. It's wrong. 100 IBU, I'd be happy with 100 IBU beer in a West Coast, never mind a New England.
This is the opposite of an okra in terms of like where okra drank like a 9-10% from the ABV. This doesn't drink like at 8%. Like it drinks a little bit lower ABV wise. Like I want to fucking hammer this right now.
This is like a 5.5 range, maybe 6.
Yeah, it's got that creaminess to it.
Oh, it's wonderful.
And it's funny because we all have differently aged cans. I mean, basically, Sammy's is 3 months old. Craig's is a little under 3 months. Mine's a little over 2 months, and yours is just over a month. And we're all saying very similar things or the same feelings. Yeah. And it's I guess that's a quality to the or a nod to the quality of the brewery itself, because like to keep this beer relatively consistent through a 1 to 2 to 3 month period is not something that is all that common nowadays. Like, you sometimes you drink some of these beers that at 2 or 3 weeks old were fucking fantastic. You drink them at 2 months old and it's like, that fell off immensely. Yeah. Doesn't seem to be the case right now.
There's not too many of this style of beer that actually kind of wows me, but this is definitely
it's it's worth the money for you guys, is what you're basically saying.
I mean, I paid, I can't remember exactly. I think it was about £9 for this can.
And
I would buy it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it obviously, if the quality stays the same, it's like this. Yeah. All day.
Yeah, they're consistent. That's the thing. Ghost has always been consistent for me.
Yeah. The best way I was trying to think of in my puny brain what I'm trying to figure out what I'm tasting in terms of like a specific note where I could just sum it up with like one thing. It's almost like I bit into an orange peel and all. So I get like the juicy orange up front. Then I get like the pithy bitterness on the back end that transfers into like a piney, grassy finish. And it's just extremely well done. And then you throw in the body and the mouthfeel, how fantastic they are. And it's just like this is the definition of a fridge double IPA. And what I mean by that is like I want to drink, if this is locally available to me, I want a 4-pack of this in my fridge at all times, where if I want a double IPA and I know what I'm getting, I'm reaching for this every time because I know it's going to be consistent and I know it's going to be delicious.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
And they have different variants. So I've had the Holy Ghost and I've had Infinite Ghost and the double dry hop version.
Oh wow.
And
wow.
The double dry hop version, I mean, it was fresh, but it had like that weird burnt tire taste to it.
Huh.
I don't know what it was.
Maybe a little bit too much of that hot burn.
Yeah.
Had a bit of okra.
The Holy Ghost was great. I mean, that's the triple version of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Infinite Ghost was fantastic. But in all honesty, the original, like this one is the go-to one. Like
this is
a staple. Like Joe was saying, like this is one of those you keep in your fridge. You know, you want a solid double IPA. Like it's great. It's always just consistent.
It's scarily good. It's scarily good.
Yeah, it gets lost nowadays. But to just say, "Hey, this is a fucking great beer," just like, "Hey, that's a great beer." Like I don't need to, we don't really need to say much other. It's like this is fucking just a really, really tasty double IPA, and it's extremely well made. There's no off flavors. The body and mouthfeel are exactly what you want out of the style. Is it the most complex fucking double IPA I've ever had? No. Does it need to be? Fucking definitely not. Like it doesn't need to be. Couple notes.
Lacing and shit.
Oh baby, look at that Lathan, baby. Let me blow this man up. How do you blow him up? You do something like that?
What you got to do?
Like I don't know what I'm doing, baby.
It's like find us a better single hop double IPA.
There we go.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Good stuff.
I agree. And that's a good point, Sammy, which is why you're here and I'm 3 sheets of the win. It is Citra, as I mentioned in the beginning, and you have clarified that, yes, this is one of the better Citra only beers. You don't want to be here anymore?
Yeah.
All right,
Whose stream is this, Craig's?
He wanted to be blown up more, I think. That was the
I was going to go full screen, but then I was like, Craig just wants to be on there for like 5 seconds to show the lacing, and he's good.
Wonderful. Yeah. Not me.
Wonderful.
It's such a solid beer. Like
it's fantastic. It's
like so. Is this the first time all three of you have
had
this?
This is the first time I've had it. It's the
first time I've had it. I've had it 2 times before, but like I think the first time I ever had it would have been about 5 years ago, and then the last time I had it would have been maybe 2 years ago. So
yeah, the first time
it's been a bit of a time in between.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, 5 years ago for me, at the Brum Bottle Share in Birmingham. If you don't know what Brum is, yeah, the infamous. Where's all the juice? You
want to repeat that real quick?
Well, it's where.
Oh boy!
I'm fucking hammered, boys.
Ding boy!
That might be.
So we went out all day to Daya Brewing Company before they moved and stuff, and got their big tap room. We got absolutely hammered. It was a great day. Met Simon Martin. He was off his tree, drunk, and that kind of deal. It was that day. Probably heard it on other streams, maybe, but and then we got the train back from Gloucestershire all the way back up to Birmingham, and then we had a bottle share in the hotel room. So we had, I think Harry bought a bottle of this, so it was only like a 3.5 ml bottle, which I think they got
the same one as Sam has.
Yeah, and was shared between like 7 or 8 of us, so we only had a little bit. It was like taster, really.
So this is the first proper time you've had it.
Yeah, but the trouble is, it was all too wrecked to remember. I remember it was good, but you know, it's like we've been drinking really cheap, good quality beer at that time from Daya. It's like free. I think it was like £2.50 for 2/3 kind of deal. It's like mental, really good. So we got absolutely off our trees, and we come back. We done bottle shares, having Treehouse and stuff like that. And Harry bought a bottle of this when it wasn't in the UK.
Back in the day when he was an importer exporter.
Yeah, well, yeah, a bit of that going on. But it wasn't in the UK then. Now you can go on 2 or 3 websites, you can pick it up. It's just like, all right, you're paying £8, £9, well, yeah, between £8 if it's been reduced slightly, maybe up to £10 a can. But anyway, Stuart fell asleep, you know, at that point, and we drank all the beer, and he woke up about 3 hours later. Where's all the juice? So that's what and that typical Stuart kind of
give me the juice.
That's pretty funny.
You drank all the juice. It's like you fell asleep, you dickhead.
Actually, the first time I had this beer was actually in a bottle years ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What is this?"
Anyway, it went a bit crazy, and I was out the way by then. But yeah, I was like, yeah.
The first time I had this beer was 25 minutes ago. It's pretty cool. Cool experience.
Is it really? First time?
How was that experience for you?
First time, yeah. Joe's never had Ghost in the Machine.
Here's the thing. Like, I'm probably weird for this, but like when there's like a hype regional place and people are like, "Oh, you got to try it," or whatever, I almost feel like I don't want to try it unless it just falls into my lap. In this situation, you know, Josh was like, "Oh, I'm gonna probably do an order from Parish." I'm like,
"Yeah,
I guess count me in." Like, I'm not going above and beyond, but like, I wish I would have went above and beyond like years ago. You know what I mean? Like, it's
yeah.
Here's the thing. This is what I'll say to wrap it up for my thoughts. I am surprised at how this is one of the least. This is gonna sound terrible, but this is one of the least complex beers that I've ever had from like a double IPA standpoint. But what it does it so extremely well that it doesn't matter. Like, it's basically for me orange, pine, grass with a little bit of breadiness, but it's a fucking complete package of awesomeness. And when people are like, "Oh, you know, that beer is super complex," it doesn't need to be complex to be good. Beer does not need to be complex to be good. Hit on a couple notes, and that's what this has done. And fucking, I'm all about it.
It's one-dimensional, and that's sometimes if it's done well and it's not too overpowering, it's all you need.
Yeah. Like that orange character is just fucking. The orange character itself is complex. Like by itself,
there's a slight, as I think Sammy said earlier, that slight kind of candied orange kind of thing, but not too over sweet.
It's candied in the sense of like you get the character of like, let's say you're eating a Skill or a Starburst or something, whatever's akin to you think candy orange, but not that sweet. It's just the flavor aspect of that candiedness without the accompanying sweetness.
But it's all kind of, it almost like it feels like it's smoothed out. It's just.
It's well balanced.
Like you put this next to Okra Blind, and this shit's all over.
Blows it out the water.
Like
blows it out the water.
Just fucking decimates.
And it does. And it really does.
And as Josh said earlier, like, it's that good for what it is. They've brought out all these variants of it, and he still thinks the OG one's the best. Like, it's like when something's good, just leave it, sort of thing.
Yeah,
I am super impressed by Envie in this because I think they both have nailed what they're exactly going for.
Yeah, I'd like to try that Envie. I'd like to try it. I mean, I reckon drinkability potentially. Yeah, that's what I didn't have it, but in my head, I'm thinking this is drinkability for a double. It's like, what? What's the pale like? You know,
it's just well made. Like, that's the best thing I can say about Parish. It's just well made. Like, the Okra is a collab. So my always thought process with collabs are that they're usually disappointing more often than not. Collabs, like sometimes they get some good ones, sometimes really shitty ones.
Over here, they're pretty good collabs, I find, but sometimes it might be just be a batch of hops that have clashed with another batch of hops. It might be a bit of that. I don't know.
Okra's a bit of, it's okay. It's all right. All right, so you guys come up with some final thoughts. I'll read the couple comments we have here, and then we'll rate it. So Wes said, obviously here we go, which we have went. AMD said, sorry to blow up the chat. Cheers, boyos. Looks good, and your bellies will need an repair for after this great Parish Brewing. Yeah, I mean, I'm the lightweight here out of everybody because obviously my channel's been a hiatus. I don't drink all that often in terms of like, multiple beers in a session. I am definitely drunk right now, and it feels good because I only get drunk a couple times a year at this point. So, I'm pretty happy about it.
He's been skiving, that's all.
Fucking my face is all fucking red, and I'm just like, yeah. I forget what it feels like to feel drunk. This is it.
Where's the nachos?
You still got the after party.
Fuck, Ma, the meatloaf. Fuck.
I can smell it from here. Burning.
You guys think KFC's open? Kerbongo says, glad to see my lad back in the saddle. I am very happy to be back. I tell you what, when you go on like unplanned hiatuses for like multiple months, like obviously I like beer and it's not an issue, but it's like after a couple months, I'm like, yeah, I could really go for a beer. Like just a nice fucking tasty beer. I just like one, and then you drink like three, like tonight. It happens. Wes says, oh, I missed y'all reviewing Okra. So Wes, I don't know if you're still here, but I'll post a link in the description box. But this man down here, Josh, we did it on his channel. It was Craig, Josh, myself. Sam did not have the beer, unfortunately. So he just drank their coffee stout off camera in the comment section. But we didn't hate it. It wasn't like bad, but like now after having this and going back to compare it to Okra, there is no comparison. This blows the shit up. What the fuck is that noise?
What is that? A train or something?
It's a ship pulling into port with all my True.
Yeah, right.
He said with the True Brew.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I got that new Collab. I think they got the new Collab.
Had that in Australia.
But what Wes says is perfect. Good, but no ghost. 100%. Solid, good double IPA. This is amazing.
They should do a goes in the machine. That'd be quite interesting.
Jesus Christ. Waiting for some puns. Some dad
Holy
jokes
cow.
Well, fucking Rajay. What is this? Holy cow. Cubs win. Cubs win. He says, not only is Joe back, but he's on cam too. I would hope I'm on cam on my own fucking channel. Like,
Hopefully I can get a can in the next few weeks.
Yeah, mate. It's worth the money. Well, you know that from the bottle.
And our buddy Todd from Rajay's show, and Todd.
What's up, Todd? Hell yeah.
I met Todd in real. Todd's fucking. Todd and his wife are such good people. Todd might be the best dude I know. Like
I'd love to meet.
Shit.
But he just went to Hot Butcher in Chicago.
I saw that on Instagram. Yeah,
he was enjoying it. So
I've got a Hot Butcher downstairs in the fridge.
What one? What one?
Oh, I don't know.
We don't.
You can't say that, Jesus, and then not
this man said,
I can.
I have Hot Butcher in the fridge. This is the greatest thing I've done in the last 6 months.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is. It's a fucking.
What is it? It's a grisette.
It's a fucking German Pilsner and maybe a Czech, maybe a Tomavi Pils. I don't know what's happening.
I'm trying to
Schwarz beer is a rock beer.
Don't be fucking the Schwartz beer. I had one yesterday and it was banging.
Nelson Solving and
good stuff.
What's the name of the beer though?
I don't know. It's that one now.
If it's not a wheat wine, I want to look at it.
Wheat.
Is it
that one?
Meet something? Meet the mosaic? Meet the mosaic?
I love wheat wines. That's a style you don't see anymore. Wheat wines. Bring back wheat wines.
The motherfucking wheat wines. Todd says, appreciate that, Joe. I don't say stuff, just say, Todd, you are a fantastic person. Plain and simple.
Well,
and
I'll just tell you now.
Gotta come down at some point back to the area, even though Rod's not there, and hang out.
There we go. It's this
you and
one.
Shannon are awesome.
I'm gonna get this beer.
I'd love to meet them. That'd be cool one day. The Adventures of Nelson and Strata.
If you come back over, Craig, and you're in New York and we don't hang out, I swear to God, I'm gonna punch you in the dick until you vomit everywhere. Just saying that.
That's pretty.
I don't want to meet any of you flogs.
That's
I can't.
Sam, I'll be honest with you. I don't even
That's
want you in my
quite
fucking live
nice.
stream. I was just nice.
Yeah.
I don't even want you there.
Just being polite.
I got a
I
lot
was like,
of
oh, he's got close to the machine Envie. I guess I got to invite him to my fucking live
So that's
stream.
the one. That's the one.
Yeah,
I've
The
got.
Adventures of Nelson and Strata.
Oh, okay, yeah. I haven't tried that.
That's
one.
a very
Sounds
long
good, though.
name for a beer. That's very
Well-
hot butcher.
Well,
I picked up. I
try to
just
keep
picked
it
up
short, but
their collab with Smashing Pumpkin, Siamese Suds. Hopefully it's
Huh?
good.
yeah, I saw your
Charm
photograph.
you with a smile. All right.
Yeah, I was about to say bullet and butterfly.
Yeah.
The world is a vampire.
I saw your-
I'm gonna
I
get
saw your-
copyright stricken for
Yeah,
terrible
now you're
singing.
gonna
I saw-
get. I was just about
I
to say
saw
that.
your. I did see your photograph of the beer hall.
Who?
I hope. I guess Shannon knows. I don't know.
Oh, Todd. Yeah, Todd.
I don't-
Good shit.
I don't get hot butcher around here. Although we did get two kegs of Toppling Goliath Assassin series. One of them is a variant.
I do owe you a small beer mail, Josh. Like I'll send you like probably like 6 to 8 beers. But if we get some, because we get Pop Butcher like every month or so, I'll send you a couple if that's what you want to try. Because it's crazy. You get all this crazy shit. No Hot Butcher. That doesn't make any sense to me. It blows my mind.
We actually get quite a lot of hot.
I think the only thing I've
butcher.
had from Hot Butcher was like the, I don't know, what's that one pepperoni one? I don't know.
Oh yeah.
There's a specific website.
Something
Something
called like Tavern Cut, and then they have like then they have the Imperial, which is the
Yeah, it
pepperoni
was like one of those cuts or something like that.
No,
There's a-
I'll try to see what they
Yeah,
have.
there's a specific website here in the UK, well, actually in Scotland, that you go on there. It's all American brewery stuff like Phase 3 and fucking. Which
Phase 3. I haven't had any.
It's
Phase
run
3.
by Geordie.
You never had phase
Hey, classy
3
chick.
Joe, you never had phase 3? We get phase 3.
No, we get a couple
First
things here. I
phase-
just never grabbed it. We get.
No, it's just like.
Mm.
But so if there's specific beers, I'll give you the website link, and then you can look. So, I can get this, I can get that, and then let me know, and I'll buy it. You know,
Before I'm
it's
passed
easier
out,
to. It's easier to do it that way round rather than. You know.
I'm just trying to find a new Glarus Connect. I need some more new Glarus.
yeah, dude, I need some fruit beers. All right, before I forget, and I'm so hammered that I just don't know what's happening. Let's rate this because I think we haven't rated it yet. So
That's
we'll start
0
with
out of
Craig.
100.
Craig, rating out of 5 because you do the same thing, right?
I'll have one more sip and then.
I think I
One
pretty much
last sip.
know where I am with this.
Not
one.
after one last sip.
Yeah. No, I'm seriously. I'm putting this at around about 4.3 out of 5.
Ooh. That's fair.
I mean, I like to give a little bit. I mean, this is the style as well. It's not. I like to give a little bit of scope because there's always. I've had better.
Plus,
Not
you
many.
haven't had it like super duper fresh, which maybe
Exactly. I don't know how this would be super duper fresh,
I think it'd be
uber
great.
fresh, if you like.
Mine's 2 months old. I would imagine
It's quite scary how good it is this far out for me.
Yeah, it's really good.
And I'm not saying it's because it goes to the machine or anything, but yeah, yeah.
All right, so 4-3 for Craig. How about you, Josh?
I'm gonna give it right down the middle. I'll give it a 95. I think it's fantastic. It's a go-to. I mean, it's
Wish it was.
one of those iconic classic double IPAs. You know,
Really
it's
good.
right up there with the big boys. Get your hands on it, try it out. Like I said, I've had all the variants of it, and I'd pick this one out of all the other variants. It's just so well balanced, and just, I mean, there's a lot of all Citra beers, double IPAs and stuff like that, but like this is just consistent. It's just solid, and yeah, Parish is killing it. Goes to the machine. Classic 95.
I mean, this is for me so good that maybe we have like local bottle shares and stuff. I might pull the trigger and get like 2 or 3 cans and take it. So like, you've got to try this,
Yeah.
Right.
With friends and
Yeah.
stuff. Or even if you only get about that much, like it's one of those. Yeah.
All right, well, I'll go next so you can be last, Sam. So I'm somebody
Seems
who is very, very cautious of hype. Very cautious of hype, Sam. But this is the one of the few beers I've had probably in the past year or so that's like actually lived up to the hype. Like it's lived up to the hype. It's super drinkable. It's intense without being overly so. Body and mouthfeel are fantastic. You don't get the ABV. It's fucking 2 months old. Drinks like it's a couple weeks old. Like it's vibrant. It's delicious. And I think Parish, at least from this and Envie, have done a great job of saying, hey, here's the beers we're releasing of our core lineup. And it's exactly what you want out of it. And I think nowadays that's rare. Because there's a lot of beers that disappoint, a lot of beers that a lot of beers that surprise you too, where you're not thinking much, and you're like, oh, this is much better than anticipated. This is right in the wheelhouse of what people say in terms of hype is actually what I'm drinking in my glass, and that's rare nowadays. So I'm gonna go a little bit higher than Craig, and I don't know what 95 is to out of a 5 scale when we're talking about 95. I'm just gonna assume that's like a 4.9 because I can't do math. I'm gonna give this a 4.6. 4.6 out of 5. I think it's fucking
Yes.
fantastic.
That's exactly what I'm thinking, brother.
Wow, there you go.
I know Sam and I, we share one brain. That's why we're
Perhaps
done.
I've rated it too low then.
So yeah, 4.6 for me too. Like this is the third time I've had it. I think this time, like it wasn't quite as fresh as the last time I had it, and like it still drank very well. Like for an IPA, single hopped, not too complex. It's absolutely banging. It's one of my favorites.
I'm just stingy though, so yeah, that's what it is.
So you're saying 4.6, or what are you saying? What are you?
Yeah, 4.6.
You got to be like Ridge. You got to lock it in.
Lock it in.
Now, because I'm a motherfucking savage sons, I got my Envie over here. You got the Ghost in the Machine. I got Kobe. Motherfucking Kobe. I'm fucking hammered. And we're
What's left for me is for the gram. I need a photo.
Why would you?
Because I have 3 more cans of Ghost in the Machine and another can of
well, you're going to have 3 more. Okay, that's
no,
cool.
fuck no. I don't want to die.
Wait,
die.
I got the after party at 10:45.
Just to be clear.
Fuck yeah. I'm going to have Optimum, boys, I think.
Just to state this so everybody knows, and if somebody's watching an hour and 20 minutes, then more power to them. But with my medication, it's not that I'm putting... No, not for you. I'm just saying in case anybody stops by me like, whoa, he fucking says he can drink. I typically drink 1 beer a day, sometimes 2 if it's a low ABV beer.
3.
The reason why I typically can't drink more than a couple is because of not the medication as much as what I would do if I'm hammered and fall down and like hit my head and all of a sudden I'm bleeding crazily.
Yeah.
Or like fucking something up. So I'm in the confines of my own house here. I'm not moving anywhere other than the pisser probably in about 10 minutes to take a piss.
But you're in a padded room, aren't you? Or...
There's a rug on the ground, so I'm fine if I land. It's cool.
Yeah.
No,
Give Joe half an hour and this is what he'll be doing.
Oh, baby, KFC is not open, but Taco Bell is.
DoorDash. Come on.
I'm not trying to pay $30 for a fucking like a 2-piece fucking meal from KFC.
For 2-piece.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Anyway, I'm trying this out. I'm trying this out. The Kuvi smells great.
I'm stoked that Joe. Like I was real excited because I didn't know if anyone else had beer before this. The Ghost in the Machine, and I thought this was a cool idea.
Yeah, it's awesome, man.
It's great. And
it's nice. I haven't seen you in camera for a long time, so it's like, yeah.
The coolest thing about this is
I've got my fix.
I love all you guys. I mean, Craig, you and I have known each other for like almost 10 years now, like 8 years. Sammy and Josh, I've met you guys in the last couple of years, but I can see you guys good friends. The coolest thing about this is that we got a guy in fucking Australia, a guy in the UK, and a guy in Virginia, and we're all drinking the same hyped regional beer at the same time. This is what BeerTube is about. What's happening right now is what BeerTube is about.
It's what it should be about, rather than the shit shows that Josh is gonna do next.
I'll tell you what, this cuvee, pretty fucking good. Shouldn't have done it.
I wouldn't have done it.
Shouldn't have done it.
I'm not being funny. With this beer being really good, nah. Sorry.
But I do have 3 more cans, so
I know it's one of your things you used to do on a Monday night, baby.
Yeah, so here's the thing I'll say is anybody watching, my plan is to at least a couple times a month do live reviews with fellow beer tubers because I love the interaction. I love hanging out with friends. Period. But I'm also going to do at the end of the month. I'm taking a page out of Rob Hopzine. I know Craig, great friend of yours, but just a great dude in general. I'm going to do a monthly recap stream at the end of the month where like talk about the beers I've reviewed for the month, invite a guest or two on, talk about like what they've drank over the month, like what was some of their favorites, surprising, disappointed beers, whatever. Talk about some beer news and just have a couple hour live stream. I think I'm going to do that every month going forward, starting in November. We'll see who the first one or two guests are, but I think it would be a lot of fun to just kind of recap the month, like because not everybody watch it. Like as a beer tuber, I know Craig, you can relate. I know Josh and Sam don't really like post. They're not like classic beer tubers in the sense they
more
live streams. You guys are more interaction with that stuff. But what I would say is that not everybody can watch. If I post 30, if I post a review every day, that's 30, between 20 to 31 reviews a month. Not everyone's going to watch them. So to recap what some of my favorite beers of the month are, what disappointed me, what I didn't really enjoy, but then talk about like current beer news, interact with the chat. What's the chat drinking? Like, what are they enjoying on? Like, that's why I like doing stuff like this. You can hear me talk in reviews every fucking day. Like, I like to see the chat interaction and knowing what people who watch the channel and interact with the channel, what are you guys up to? Like you guys don't have a channel for the most part. Like, what are you drinking? Tell me what you think I should pick up, or what beer surprised you this month? What beer disappointed you? Things like that, I think, is a lot of fun. So that's what I'm gonna try to do going forward. I'm not gonna do a ton of live stuff, but once or twice a month, I'm gonna hop on it and bring in some folks that I consider friends and people I want to hang out with, and that's what we're gonna do. And I'm gonna try to make it so.
That's good, man.
Oh yeah.
Fucking right, boys. And no, I'm glad that we'll do this more because I don't hop on a lot of these, but
I mean, even if you give people notice of the beers you're gonna be doing, they could drink along or whatever in the chat.
For shit. I meant to say for sure, but I'm so hammered I said for shit.
Let's get that Three Fontaine stream going again.
I'm fucking down. I want to have heartburn for the next 3 days.
I've still got the other Free Fontaine in the fridge.
That's one of mine out.
Tell me what it is, and I'm there, boys.
I was hammered on
the weekend, but
I was like, no, I've still got the same one in the fridge. It's like,
we can do a Three Fontaine stream. I mean,
I'll get more, so it's not.
I'll be able to get another bottle the end of this week.
Yeah.
All right, let me know. I'll go fucking pick something up.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a bit pricey, but.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
we've once
like the motherfucking loons. The loons.
Yeah.
Crazy expensive, but they're more readily available now.
The 375s are. You don't want to.
Those are the best options. The smaller format.
I mean, the best value are the big bottles. You do one of them on your own. It's just too much.
Yeah, that's sharing.
Even a really good one is just too much.
True.
Baby, that affinity. Fuck what you. How do you pay your what? Stop a gift. I can't pay a stop a gift.
Get some Rene's in you.
Oh, baby. All right, let me read these comments and we're gonna shut it down because we read every shit and I fucking
down.
I'm so hammered. All right, here we go. We got Todd saying I brought back a shit ton of beer from Chicago.
Yeah, I saw that photo. Looked pretty damn good, man.
He says, come to Indiana, Joe. We'll take you around. Just don't take advantage of me. Or do.
You can go Dark Lord.
Yeah, fucking do. We're going Dark Lord Day. He says, I had to go to Chicago to see 450 North on the shelf. LOL. You'd think they'd be in the same state. We'd get them. And not that I'm looking for them. We get 450 North. I just picked up their collaboration with Imprint, the Schmooge, Blurries. Blurries is it called?
We get 450 over here, believe it or not.
Imprint. Yeah, Imprint's great.
And Imprint, we get Imprint. They just
Josh had a 450 North together not long ago.
I had that strawberry shortcake one.
Are we doing a Mortalist? Let's do a Mortalist stream. All right,
we just got a load of pumpkin.
I still have that Mortalist. Sour in the fridge.
Josh,
that Tin Barn.
Yeah,
still in there.
Fucking delicious. It's probably ruined. You son of a bitch.
Do you get Gage much over there? We get them over.
Did you just call us? I'm just
gauging you.
You're just gauging us.
Gauge.
Is it narrow?
They have a Gauge Road here in Australia. They're
I
pretty
can't remember the name of the brewery. Narrow. I'll send you the link after in the private.
Rogue. There you talking about?
Fucking Rogue. What is this? 2012. Rod said, "LOL." Ted, I'm seeing more 450 North here on the shelves. Yeah, no, they're shelfters at this point here. Like all their fucking. It's funny because like all the local places doing the whole smoothie shit is like $7, $8, $9 a can, and 450 North over here it's like, oh, it's $10, $12 a can. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah, we get the is it the nugget? One of the nuggets.
Yeah, they
got all kinds of nuggets.
Hot Ford.
Yeah, one of them.
Chicken nuggets.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably.
Wes says Joe's going to be a ghost by the end of the night. I don't know about being a ghost, but I'm fucking yoked. I'm not totally not sober. Chris Hunt says, I'm loving the NOLA hat.
It actually fits the beers, boys, because they're from Louisiana. So
that's
it's
what
pretty
I'm
cool.
talking about, baby. Don't ever fucking wear that hat ever.
Zion.
Oh dear. Well, I've got a.
He's got a Fatheads, and I got a Seahawks. And you got Philly.
I got hopefully world champions.
Okay, all right. Can we mute him? How do we mute him? I can mute him.
Hat review. It's like, you know.
Wes says great idea. He's probably referencing something from 5 minutes ago. I think of the live streams. We have Code Talker. He talks in code. Says just had this for the first time the other day. I gotta say it's lived up to the hype. I think that's our impression.
Ghosts. Yeah,
he's talking about ghosts. I think that's certainly what Craig and I have realized having it proper for the first time.
But I mean, I knew it was good. I think it's just reflecting how drunk I was when I had it the first time.
Yeah.
This is like, I mean, for you, you've not hardly had a beer for like 3 months, so this must be like, bang.
Oh, dude! All the beers I drank in the past week coming back is like fucking way better.
That's what because your palate. You know what I mean?
God damn it!
You haven't got a gummy palate or anything like that. Yeah. It's just like,
baby, it's fresh. It's smooth down my palate, baby. I love it.
There we go.
Todd says, sounds like a good idea talking about the live stream. It is indeed, I think, a great idea that hopefully everybody enjoys. Go Talker says, but the best beer I've had recently has been a West Coast IPA from Westbound and Down. It was damn good. I can't wait to pass Thursday to get more cans. Westbound and Down. I don't know if
I know Eastbound and Down with
Eastbound and Down
that show.
Mm-hmm.
I heard of Westbound.
Me either.
Is that a sister brewery or what's the deal there?
I don't know. SP says I was going to mention 450 North. You should try to get out their Corn Maze Beer Fest next year. I want to go to that SP because Todd doesn't live far from it. And he's like, hey, come on down. And I'm like, maybe at some point I would do it. I think that'd be fun for sure. 100%.
The price is right.
I want to get lost in a corn maze drinking fucking smoothie sours. Sounds like a great time. Todd says, I went to the corn maze several years ago. It was pretty good. Indeed, from all over. Rich says, damn, y'all still live? I just snapped number 6 for the day. Wow. Living large and in charge on this beautiful Saturday.
This is only number 3 for the day for me.
Yeah, dude, this is number 3 for the day for me, and my bladder's about to explode. And on top of that,
mine too.
I got this like you wouldn't believe. That's why I want to shut this down. Alex Beermaster says a legendary Joey, legendary Josh, legendary Craig, legendary Sam. Appreciate you. We appreciate you, Alex. And I will say that this beer, it's creamy.
It's creamy.
Super fucking creamy.
It's smooth. It's creamy, and it's delicious.
It is. See, so as soon as I mentioned I want to shut down the shit, my fucking viewers went from 6 to 13. I gotta piss.
Damn it. I gotta
real
piss.
Bad.
Yes, same.
I gotta piss so bad.
So here's what I'm gonna tell all 13 people who showed up and don't know any better because
he's lying, really. So and the numbers will
I'm
drop.
doing the after party in about 15 minutes.
Yeah,
10:45.
So I'll say this: we all shake our leg because we have to piss. We're gonna piss our pants. This is what I'll say. Number 1, Alex, awesome, Joey. Maybe one day I'll join your next live stream whenever you have one. Potentially, we're gonna invite people. We'll see, Alex. But I'm gonna shut this down because it's almost an hour and a half. I will say this: we're gonna go over Josh's channel. He's gonna do the after show, and we're just gonna chat and hang out. And I'm gonna empty my bladder before that, hopefully.
Yeah,
bit more relaxed and a little bit more.
Not as beer. Well, it's gonna be beer centric, and probably we'll talk about stuff, but also talk about other stuff. It's gonna be
bit more off the chain.
I plan on doing these, like I said, more often. This is something that I'm gonna try to do every couple of weeks, couple times a month. I'm gonna try to do a monthly recap stream, maybe a couple live reviews throughout the month, every single month. And again, it's not gonna be solo because I think the whole point of live streams is chatting with your friends and enjoying it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut this down. Go over to Josh's channel, Last Beer. You can see it down there. He has his. It's just literally Last Beer. We're going to have an after show. He'll probably invite a couple more people. It might get crazy. It might not. I don't know. And we're going to hang out and have a good time. If you guys want to plug anybody, we'll start with Sam. If you want to do any shout outs or plugs or anything, feel free.
I might shout out Peter from the Master of Hoppets. He's a Danish craft beer reviewer. He's also like a brewer now. So it's good to see him turn his passion into like a career. But yeah, he's like very knowledgeable. His videos are cool. He's always got different stuff going on. So check him out. As far as me personally goes, short and stout beer reviews on Instagram, and hopefully a channel soon on YouTube.
Get on YouTube, you piece of shit. What? Who said that?
What's this hopefully business?
Listen, my bladder's going to explode. So,
I'm
Josh,
a busy boy. Come on.
All right, Josh, what do you got? Shout outs, plugs, anything?
After party at my channel, Last Beer. Just, I mean, beer bowl. If you look up beer bowl discussions, you can find my channel. That's the easiest way to find it. After party for this parish examination, that type of thing. Other than that, miscellaneous, bumpy, all those cool folks. So yeah, thanks for having me, Joe. Cheers.
See this link in the fucking thing? That's his channel. That's where we're gonna be.
Yeah,
check it out.
Yeah.
No problem.
Right, so I know everyone's going to be in a rush. So
Josh, I appreciate you sending these beers my way. It's really cool to be able to have an awesome night.
I'm glad you liked them, dude. I'm glad.
Even if I didn't, the experience was worth it. So I appreciate it tenfold. All right, Craig.
No.
You're the king of beer too. Does anybody even?
I know everyone's in a hurry to go to the toilet, so I could be some time. So.
You motherfucker! I got a piss.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting. There you go. Right. Okay. So Harry Blue Nose Beer Reviews. Check him out. He was off. He had quite a big channel, like nearly 2,000 followers and stuff like that. And then he got strikes and stuff. And then he decided he deleted his channel, which is a bit stupid, really. There's a lot of legendary stuff on that. But he's recently, recreated his channel on YouTube. So check him out. Blue Nose Beer Reviews. My good friend Harry, Mr. Harry Meadows. He's also a brewer, head brewer.
We all love Harry.
Ramsbury Brewery in Wiltshire, in England.
God damn, my bladder's gonna explode.
So that's the first one.
All right, you motherfucker, you're going to the basement so I can do mine.
What kind of a host is this? He's
that is gonna fucking explode in about 3 seconds.
I'm getting a kidney infection here.
Yeah, holy shit! Let's
go.
go.
And then the second one, he doesn't do some. He's doing a few bits and pieces, but
dude, I have to hear it. You know what? I'm going.
I can't remember his name. He's gone. Yay! How unprofessional. So the previous link to Peter. So yeah, check him out. That's it. Done. We're waiting for you now, Joe. Just ruined it.
That's funny.
Yeah. There we go.
What beer are you going next, dude? I'm thinking of cracking that Optimum for the first time.
Oh, you're going to love that.
Yeah.
Well, that's a smashing beer. Just ruined his stream. Yeah. Just banter.
It was so funny when he's like, yep, we know Harry, we love him, yep, next. And then you're like, and the second one. Now that Josh is back, I'm going.
Sorry.
I was about to get a bladder infection.
So unprofessional.
Joe left already. He didn't give a shout out.
He had to go toilet.
Damn it, Joe. How unprofessional.
This is
You're the host.
Proper banter. So yeah,
I'm done
apologies.
to go for about the next 20
We
20
go,
hours.
my lad.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
we're all waiting for you now, Joe.
My kidneys feel great now.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure if I didn't go, I was going to piss my pants for sure. 100%.
I
Holy
was
fuck.
shaking around. I no
Oh my God.
apologies for having to leave. But
Absolutely
I had to
no
go.
apologies. I was going to die.
I'm sorry I was too quick doing the shout out.
You piece of shit. That was great, though. That was great. All right. So, did you get through all your fucking shout outs?
Yeah, we've been waiting 5 minutes. So yeah.
5 minutes. It took me 2 minutes to finish. All right. So, as far as shout outs go, I already shouted out Ryan from Ryan's Beer Reviews on Josh's. We'll shout out the FLX boys, Dan and Mike. Hope to hang out with them maybe, late this year, early next. We'll see. Outside of that, yeah, just stay tuned for the channel. The channel's back. Like I said, I'm going to try to do more live shows. Going to try to incorporate more of my friends here in the beer tubing community, like Sam, Josh, and Craig, and others. And we'll try to do some live reviews where we can, like you were talking about, Craig, getting more like, international, national beers that like everybody can get their hands on, and just
I think that
be fun.
Just to include people more, they can go out and get them and stuff.
Yeah, like Deal with the Devil by Anchorage. We can all get our hands on that.
Yeah, no, I mean, if we all drop like $150, we're good.
And Troon, but you can only do Troon if you've got the proper glassware.
Yeah, otherwise, don't bring Troon onto my channel if you don't have proper glassware.
Proper inclusive.
By the way, if anyone can get Morning Delight by Toppling Goliath, I have a crowler upstairs.
Yeah. Do you? Josh, I could say this in the nicest way possible, but get fucked, nerd. I think is that the phrase, or get
That's the polite one. It's the polite way.
A Morning Delight.
Nerd.
Yeah, you definitely have.
I guess I'll read the rest of these fucking comments because fuck Josh. Coach Talker says, "Hell yeah, Master Hoppus is the man. He is.
No, he's good.
Wow,
Peter is.
I've
Cheers,
not met him yet, but I will do.
Cheers, boys. Cheers, Drew. I think he's taking his time on purpose. Yeah, Craig's a piece of shit. Confirmed. Sorry, Kent. Kent is a huge piece of shit. I love Alex. Alex is the fucking sound of reason here. Joey, just go to the bathroom and come back. That's what I do. That's what I did, Alex, because I was gonna die otherwise. Oh, fucking Poppy. Joe is back. I am definitely back. Guess who's back? Back again. I am back. Don't tell anybody. And Drew says to the dunny, yes.
Run into the dunny like
I fucking ran, and I thought whatever was happening was saving my kidney. Okay, that's all I know. All right, so
I was thinking of you.
All right, huge thanks to Sammy, Josh, Craig. Big thanks to Josh again for the beers to make this happen.
Thanks for having us on. Appreciate it, man.
Yep, I would say as always, but this happens like twice a year, so not as always, but. No, like I said, try to make this happen more often. Go check out Josh's channel. I post a link in the comment section. So if you're watching this, we can easily go over to Josh's channel. He's going to have a little bit of an after show, and we're going to hang out. So that does it for Envie and Ghost in the Machine. We are taking off. I cuvee them. It was a mistake.
Oh, yeah.
But that's my channel in a nutshell. One huge mistake. And anyway, appreciate everybody. I would go through everybody in the comment section, but be here for another 30 minutes. So I won't just say everybody who posted a comment, who interacted, who came to the stream. I do appreciate it. I'll post timestamps for those watching afterwards. And appreciate it. I will see you guys.
Breaks and all.
I'm going to cut off the last end of this where Craig was a piece of shit because he is. And we both had to urinate, Josh and I. It happens. The body is a... Anyway, I'm gonna shut this down because I am fucking hammered. Is there any other way to end a live stream than being fucking hammered? I don't think so. I don't think that's how it works.
No idea.
Craig, what is Craig? My intro to you was gonna be, welcome to the fucking the king of beer tube, and then I was gonna say with epic quotes as it is what it is, and that's just me. So is this a part where it is what it is? Is this what this is right now?
And that's it. The end.
All right. All right, take it easy. Thanks for joining me, boys. To the next one. Get fucked nerd.